Welcome to the North Unit of the Theodore Roosevelt National Park here in North Dakota. The Theodore Roosevelt National Park is divided into three parts: the North Unit, the South Unit, and his ranch area. Today we are going to explore the North Unit, which is right across the 85 right there. I will carefully go across. I have my vehicle. I'll wait for it to be clear. I am not going to play chicken with all of these cars. We are now in the Northern Unit. We have got 5 miles to the Juniper Campground and 14 miles to Road's End. This park road here, this scenic road, is a one-way road. You go in and you go out. It doesn't loop. So we will go all the way in and we'll come all the way out. First thing I'm noticing here is all these cool hills. I mean, this park for the northern section drops you right into the Badlands. That is so cool. I'm liking that a lot. As we go through here, and this will be my first time in here, I will be keeping my eye out for good angles and compositions for the Milky Way. I'll be checking my compass as I drive. I like to shoot the Milky Way. So if you happen to see any during this video, please let me know. I'll also be keeping my eye out. They've been doing road construction in both the northern and southern units. As you can see, there's a grader up ahead. We will have to be slowing down. Maybe he'll let me. Yeah, look at how awesome that looks. I could pull off right here if I wanted. That is really interesting. I'm going to stop here for a minute and take some photos. Got these beautiful flowers here in the prairie, opening up to the Badlands beyond. These natural grasses blowing in the wind in front of us. Such a beautiful sight here. There's some hoodoos back there. I apologize. I'm going to have to switch to voiceover mode here as the video seemed to have lost the audio for this next little section of video that I took. Anyways, back to the video. You'll see this cool structure here. It's just off the side of the road. You'll see it as you're driving in. It is just so amazing. You got the little Missouri River in the background. It's a cool little spot for sunset or sunrise. Next, a little further along on the road, there's one of many pullouts along there. You can stop and you see these really awesome bluffs off to the side. This is looking to the north here, and it's just amazing, those stripes. I love those stripes. Every good story needs a mystery, and here we have a mystery of the cannonballs. Cannonball consecration area. I'm just gonna call them the concrete cannonballs because it's a lot easier to say for me. This area here, you'll see there's a pullout. It's named, it's marked. It's right across from one of the campgrounds there. I forget which one, but it's right there as you're coming in. You can't miss it. It's just so cool. The structure of this bluff area, the erosion, the stripes, just was really an amazing area. I wish I could have spent more time in this area. And whenever I go back next, I am going to spend some more time here. Look at you, almost have little caves down there. Along with my buzzing fly friend who wanted to spend some time with me. He was very friendly. But you could almost take shelter under there if it started to rain. This is so cool. Some of this reminds me of Bryce and some of the other areas where you have hoodoos and stuff with the erosion. Look at there, we've got some cannonballs right there. We've got one where somebody must have thought it was an onion and they started to peel away at it, huh? Maybe some giant alien came by and started peeling away there. Scientists have their explanations as to where the cannonballs came from. I kind of like the idea of aliens stopping by and just using this little area for target practice. This is the east side of this bluff area, and there's a lot more cannonballs on the west side, which we will get to in a moment. It's just amazing how round and smooth they're formed, isn't it? Now on the west side, we've got some more. They're a little more splattered out here. As you'll see, one, it actually looks like if it was aliens, they were using this area definitely for target practice, and it must have been a rainy day because look at that thing is lodged into the cliff like that. There's a few more up there. This one's cracked a little bit. It's got some cool detail to it. This again is a very photogenic area. Look at that one. That one's a lot different and it's not quite so round. It's nice to kind of have a few different looking ones. There's a lot of trails that lead off from here. You'll see as we walk along here, I'm not sure this is technically the official trail. There's actually another trail just about 10 feet to my left. And I went hiking down a little bit later. There's a lot of cool areas back in there. You can just hike for several hours back in there. A lot of wildflowers in the summer. Really neat area. And I didn't run into anybody out there. It was just some total time by myself out there. As you can see, the cannonballs go along the edge of this bluff for quite a ways there. This area here is now further on. We're about almost halfway along the road to the end. And there's a little area, this right here where this is at, the road sometimes gets closed, maybe in the wintertime, but there's a gate there that they sometimes close it. This is for the Buckhorn Trail. It's one of the trails that goes east and west through a lot of the park. It's also part of the Caprock Coulee Nature Trail. I will mention that there's also a bathroom at this spot. So if you need to avail yourself of those services, there's a bathroom here, and then also at the very end where the road ends, the end of this scenic road, there will also be some bathrooms there. So this is a nice little trail. Get really hot here. Here you can see where it's splitting off and giving you some directions. Another really neat area here. One thing that really impressed me in the Theodore Roosevelt National Park, both the South Unit and the North Unit in general, was there's just so many hiking trails they have there. So if you like to hike, this is a fantastic national park to go to. As I swing the camera back around to show you the view of where we came from, you'll be able to see the parking lot and the aforementioned bathroom here in just 1 second. We are at Riverbend Overlook now. This is actually a little side trail there. The actual overlook, I would assume, is right there. It's kind of nice too, because it probably gets stormy from time to time. You can get some shelter there. But where I parked, I saw this first, so I thought, well, let me walk over this way and show you what's down here in this angle, and then we'll go to the main overlook. Oh, and before I forget, I have to mention that in the southern unit, you are in Mountain Standard Time. Up here in the northern unit, even though it's straight to the north, you are in Central Time. So it's a whole hour ahead for just going north. Usually it changes when you go east to west, but not here in North Dakota. It changes with going to the north. Ooh, look at that hoodoo down there. That is so cool right there. So cool. The view as the Little Missouri has its river bend. Quite the view here. I believe that gray stuff is bentonite. If somebody else knows, they can correct me. Please write it in the comments below. So this is a really nice view right here. But I want to get and check out the main overlook view. We'll see what it looks like over there. I made it down here. I will mention it's pretty steep, so I'd be really careful. I'm fortunate to be part mountain goat, but I know I'm probably in the minority, so please be careful. I wouldn't want anybody getting hurt. Looks really cool that way. Shooting into the sun a little bit right now. This is probably a better morning shot, but it still looks really cool. Here we are at the official Riverbend Overlook, along with some signs for the Caprock Coulee Trail that connects in here, the North Achenbach Trail that goes to the left. It's a very busy spot here, this Riverbend Overlook. Well, let's go look at what the overlook is going to offer us. It's just a short little walk out to, looks like maybe a couple viewpoints out here. We're going to see though. Oh yeah, here's the first one. got this one here, and then there's that structure out further out. River Bend Overlook, the view that launched a park. Wow. Before this land became a national park, this spot was recognized for its dramatic beauty. I could sure see that. So that's the structure that's out there already. So that's got to have been there for a few years then. It looks like a lot of people have been going up this hill. So maybe there's 3 viewpoints here. This doesn't look very official though. It just looks like a lot of people have come up to the top of this hill. But it does give some nice views. Time to head down to that shelter. It's really cool looking. I like how they used all that natural rock like that. It does get a lot of rain and thunderstorms up here, so this little structure would be really handy if you wanted to shoot some thunderstorms. Now this wraps up Riverbend Overlook. Next we come to the bentonitic clay. Bentonitic clay? Bentonitic? Bentonite? Yeah. The bentonite, I'll do it that way, clay. So you can read there that it's a blue-black popcorn-like soil that caps the plateau. 50 feet below the point is the clay. Look at this view. That is so cool. Yeah, that gray, I've been noticing it. I like the way it contrasts with the browns, the light tan, dark tan, different colors, the greens. So this is the view we have here. We're getting closer to the end, and the hits just keep coming. And we come to another nameless overlook. It's nice. It doesn't have to have a name, I guess. It doesn't have any of the rocks that we've been used to, all these layers and the bentonite that we've been learning about. It doesn't have any of that. It's just these plains, these meadows that just go on and on and on, these grasslands. I'm guessing maybe from that photo or that illustration that there's buffalo that come up here. They roam around all over, so perhaps they roam around here. This can make for some really nice photos though. You've got the grassland below. We've got a lot of clouds, so at sunset this could be really neat. Even looking back this way, if you're like me and you like road shots, you could set up one just like that. Doesn't that look awesome? Well, for as awesome as that is, let's get going and explore some more. I believe this is the last unnamed overlook or pull out. It's got a lot of information in here. It's very educational, these signs that they have up. But if you see here, it's more grassland. So from the one prior to this one here, it's been nothing but grassland. I didn't look at my odometer, but it felt like 3 or 4 miles of driving just through this grassland. Now, compared to all the rocks and the layers and the upside down rocks and the sideways rocks and the cannonballs, this might seem a little too peaceful, a little too tame, but it is really cool. I just got to tell you, it's just, there's tranquility of just all of this grassland. And while you're driving through here, there was lots of spots you could have stopped, and this is a great area here to be making minimalistic photographs where you're focusing on just the subtle shades of green or the subtle rolls in the hills and a blue sky and a cloud or two. I think it's time to get on to, I think, is our last overlook. Let's see if I'm correct. As I was walking up the walkway to Oxbow Overlook, I looked to the right, and what did I see? Whoa. Why are they running? They were standing nice and still. So I may have to stay over here and go show you the overlook from the other way. I do not want to make the news by being gored by a bison. I'm not that close. I'm zoomed in quite a bit, but still, I will back up. Back. And we are back. Only this time we're not going back. We're going forward. Fortunately, there's about 3 entrances or paths to the overlook. I'm now on the middle one. I was on the right one, which turned out to be the wrong one as the bison decided to kind of run off there a little bit. I don't see them anymore. I don't know where they went. Looks like that kind of goes downhill. Oh, there they are down there. One of them anyways. I'm going to stay over here. So this is the view from Oxbow Bend in Yellowstone, or Tetons. Where am I at? No. This is Oxbow Overlook. Need to remember where we're at. It's very beautiful. Really beautiful. What a fitting end to Theodore Roosevelt Northern Unit National Park. We will end it with the bison's end. But don't leave before you subscribe and share, comment, and like. Thank you so much for watching, and come back for more.